The Knicks are planning an insane move. New York is looking at all of their trade options, but with salary cap being their main concern, Pacome Dadiet's future with the Knicks could be over. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. This episode is presented by FanDuel. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are planning a major trade. Come opening night, this roster will not look the same. New York wants to keep two veteran players on this team. And as of right now, those players are Landry Shamet and Malcolm Brogdon. We all know that. What we don't know is who's absolutely going to be traded. But these latest reports seem to indicate that Pacome Dadiet's future with the Knicks is in jeopardy. Let's break down exactly what they have to say. Shout out to basketballnews.com and Steph Bondy of the New York Post for giving us this following information. According to them, the New York Knicks are focused on keeping veteran guards Malcolm Brogdon and Landry Shamet on their opening night roster, but salary cap constraints may force some tough decisions. Sources cited by Steph Bondy say that the Knicks may need to make a trade to free up the necessary cap space to keep both guards. Currently, the team is hard capped and cannot exceed the $207.8 million second tax apron. Alongside Brogdon and Shamet, the Knicks have a few other veterans competing for roster spots, including Garrison Matthews, Matt Ryan, and Alex Len. And then NBA insider Steph Bondy gives us the following statement to think about. What might a trade look like if the Knicks do a deal before the regular season starts in late October? Not only has NBA insider Steph Bondy confirmed that the Knicks want to keep two veteran players on this team, but by saying that, he has essentially confirmed that the Knicks will make a trade. And he also let us know when that trade could happen, before the start of the regular season. Now we know the Knicks will make a trade, and we know when that trade is going to happen. The next question that comes to mind is, who will the Knicks be trading? Well, shout out to Steph Bondy because he also gave us the following information too. Remember at the top of the show when I mentioned Pacome Dadiet's future with the Knicks could be in jeopardy? This is where it ties all back together. Shout out to Sports Illustrated, Newsweek, and NBA insider with the New York Post, Steph Bondy, for giving us this following information. According to them, the New York Post Steph Bondy reports that the Knicks want to keep both Landry Shamet and Malcolm Brogdon, which would mean a trade needs to be made. Both veterans passed on other opportunities, according to Bondy, indicating they don't expect to be cut. Bondy threw out a Miles McBride trade as a spicy possible solution, although trading Pacome Dadiet or Tyler Kolek would be more minor deals that could open up the necessary roster space as well. Both Landry Shamet and Malcolm Brogdon have to show that they are healthy. But if they are, it will be interesting to see how the Knicks rotation looks this year under new head coach Mike Brown. And you can see on the right side of this slide, the headline reads, Knicks intend to keep both Malcolm Brogdon and Landry Shamet. Pacome Dadiet, salary cap-wise, makes the most sense to be moved. And we just heard that the cap is very important to New York. Having that flexibility is important to New York. If the Knicks trade Tyler Kolek, they're going to lose some of that flexibility during the regular season. Because if they trade Tyler Kolek, then they no longer can sign a veteran on a prorated salary during the regular season at the end of the season. They did that last year with PJ Tucker. They like having that flexibility. They are looking at the salary cap. They want to make sure they can make future moves. And if they trade Tyler Kolek, they lose the ability to do that during the regular season. That means they're likely not going to trade Kolek. Let's move on now to Miles McBride, who was also mentioned by Steph Bondy. With Deuce McBride, maybe in the future he will be moved. Maybe he'll be moved for another impactful player that the Knicks will have off the bench. But as of right now, the Knicks will not trade Deuce McBride just to create salary cap. Because if you trade Deuce, you need to get another impactful player back. If the Knicks make a trade right now, they cannot afford to get another player back, because the reason they're making the trade in the first place is to create enough cap space so they can sign 2 veteran players. That means in any trade the Knicks make, all they're looking to get back is draft compensation. So trading Deuce McBride right now, that wouldn't make sense. Add on top of that, the organization, the entire organization, from top to bottom, loves Deuce McBride, and they do not want to see him traded right now. He's on one of the best contracts in the NBA. So as of right now, that means Deuce McBride is safe. That brings me to Pacome Dadiet, and it brings me to my comments earlier on in this video. Pacome Dadiet's future in New York is absolutely in jeopardy. Here's a few reasons why. The New York Knicks have slowly, quietly added a lot of young talent, and a lot of that young talent, they're young wing players, the exact position Pacome Dadiet plays. Now, I don't like to trade any young players, especially young wing players like Pacome Dadiet. But if you're looking for the easiest pathway for the Knicks to get what they want, be able to make a trade, have enough salary cap during the regular season, so that way at the end of the season, the Knicks can sign a veteran on a prorated salary. The Knicks want to have the ability to do all of these things. And if they trade Pacome Dadiet, they're going to be able to do that. And as I just mentioned, they have a lot of other players, a lot of young talent that can take Pacome Dadiet's spot like that instantly. Pacome Dadiet, even though he's a young wing, and I wouldn't want to trade him, if New York did trade him, you can kind of understand why. In their minds, they believe they have enough young talent, enough young wings, where if they trade Pacome, it won't hurt them because they have other players. Players like Mohamed Diawara, players like Kevin McCullough Jr., waiting in the wings, no pun intended, waiting for New York to see their talent, see their development, call them up to the main roster, and have them play significant minutes off the bench. And that is going to happen in due time. But as of right now, New York understands what they need to do. They need to create a win-now team to take advantage of an open and extremely weak Eastern Conference. And the way to do that is to lock in a win-now team. I don't like losing any young players, but if New York feels this is the best pathway to get a championship back in New York, then they're going to make this move. And unfortunately, if they do, it looks like Pacome Dadiet will be the weak link that gets traded to lock in the Knicks win-now team. Because for this season, New York is only thinking about championships and win-now moves. And that's all they're focused on making. And when you're only focused on winning this season, winning now, and making win-now moves, your odds, they're clearly going to reflect that. Shout out the channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this following information and these updated odds on who's going to win the NBA Finals this season. According to them, OKC remains on top at +210. Then you have the Cavs at +700. The Knicks, they're now tied for the 3rd overall spot here at +950, with the Denver Nuggets, who are also at 950. Then you have the Houston Rockets at +1000. Then you have the Los Angeles Lakers rounding out this list at +1500. Anything can happen in the NBA, though, but the reports heavily suggest that Pacome Dadiet is the most likely player that's going to be traded by the Knicks to create that additional cap space. But Tyler Kolek, he could still be traded. Miles McBride, he could still be traded. What I'm trying to say here is that the Knicks, they're going to make a trade without a doubt. Before the regular season starts, the Knicks will make a trade. This roster will look a little bit different. We will have an additional veteran on this team, and I have no problem with that, even though I don't want the Knicks to make any trade, because I feel keeping one of either Landry Shamet or Malcolm Brogdon still keeps this team in win now mode. New York clearly has other feelings about it. They want to make a trade to keep 2 veteran players on this team. That means 1 player has to go. Pacome Dadiet seems like the most likely, but you never know. Anything could happen in the NBA, and any one of these young players could be traded. But what about you guys? Who do you think the Knicks should trade to open up another roster spot so New York can sign 2 veteran players? Let me know in the comments section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.